You guys have to go watch this Darth Bullseye stream from a day ago. I guess this...
Yeah, this was like a few days back. Scott begins reviewing me in shorts, but really doesn't really go over anything I said. So let's go.
Before I even was on call with everybody last night, I filmed this today. I'm not...
He found it, I betcha. He looked it up.
...complete it yet, but right off the hop, the amount of stupidity and retardation and no memory in this is absolutely mind-blowing.
So we start off with the premise. I am stupid, retarded, and have no memory. Right off the bat. So we're starting off with that.
You guys have to listen to this complete Denty McGee not remember a fucking thing, including him being on the call with Dave when Dave did dock Stemo's workplace.
Okay, this is important to note. For one, okay, he says in a follow-up he can't remember a fucking thing. This is the point into where I'm talking about show proof that Dave docked Stemo's place of work, right? And if I have this such terrible memory and they can remember it so well, why not just show it? Like, they haven't done it yet. It's been like 2 days, I believe. No, it's been 2 days. They haven't showed any proof yet. So he's claiming I was on the call for this, and I apparently witnessed this. Okay? But keep in mind, he's not gonna show anything. Not yet.
This guy is a biased, obsessed, fucking groomed little boy, bro.
Okay, read the... Okay, I'll get to the description that he just put up above. I am a biased, obsessed, groomed little boy. Okay. He didn't really explain anything. He didn't actually go over anything. He didn't prove anything in this short. All he did is say, I'm stupid, I'm retarded, I don't remember anything. No examples outside of a statement he's saying and claiming and hasn't proven yet. That's one thing. No, none of that. Number two, another statement saying I am a biased, obsessed, groomed boy, yet anybody that knows me knows I'm like one of the least biased people around, but even so, there's no actual attack on the statement as I was making. Only thing is I'm asking for evidence of said action that they are claiming I was on call for. Which, by the way, could entirely be a lie because you don't forget things like that. It just doesn't happen. But according to Scott and Wade Cottage, I did forget it. Okay.
At one point, he actually says saying you're an agent can cost somebody their job, but yet leaving negative reviews can't cost their employment.
Okay, understand this. This was the part where Skunty said this. Hold up.
Not impersonating an officer, though. I'm allowed to be any kind of agent I please. Call center agent, private investigator, whatever I please. I can identify as an agent. I never said I was any form of agent.
So, understanding that part, he's now saying calling somebody's work and claiming you're an agent can't possibly get them fired, but leaving a negative review will apparently get them fired from their job, is a possibility. Okay, analyzing this, he shows how stupid he really is for even saying this, okay? Because for one, let's say, for example, I leave a negative comment on a YouTube channel, right? Saying this sucks. Why does that person have a potential of being taken down now by YouTube because of a negative comment? The answer is no. Okay, what? If a group of people leaves a negative comment about the restaurant, the boss isn't gonna go, oh, I better fire somebody. Out of 1,000 reviews, a few negative comments is gonna get somebody fired. This shows how dumb you really are for even thinking that calling somebody, impersonating as an agent, where the boss may think, why is my my employee being called by an officer. I don't want to be associated with that anymore. I probably should get rid of him. Do you not think about this? Do you not... You say I'm retarded. You say that, yet you can't even understand the basic things. You don't even know what an agent is. That says enough.
Yet, leaving negative reviews can cost their employment. The amount of hypocrisy and retardation in this is incredible.
The fact that he even says... You already know. I already went over this. I'll talk about the description in a minute. Because it's funny. The amount of hypocrisy and double standards is an interesting way, because what's so hypocritical about what I said? There's nothing even hypocritical of anything I said. If you go back and listen to this video I made, right? If you just go back and listen in, what's the hypocrisy? What did I say that contradicts the thing I've done before? I don't know. Like, he's just throwing things out there in hopes it sticks, but there's nothing suggesting hypocrisy or double standards. So, basically, a bunch of statements, no actual examples, just... which kind of is a tell, because if he could prove these, hypocrisy, double standards, I'm a Riri, or I guess my piss poor memory, all you have to do is show the proof that Dave did Doc Seamless Plays at Work. 2, play the stream of me having double standards and being hypocritical, right? Show the example of that. 3, now this is kind of the tricky part. Play the stream where I'm talking about how this. Let me play you the clip.
He just said that's a big red flag in a no-no realm in my place, yet you claimed you're an agent calling a job. Why on earth would you claim that? If you say that's the only way I would be able to speak to Simo. What? What? Do you catch this, guys? Do you know the stupidity here? The only way I had to contact Simo, even though you already had his contact info to begin with. Like, if you failed to contact him the first few times, what makes you think he would want to talk to you on a job? Like, what? What? Imagine how he was thinking, like, sir, Simo, sir, some dude claiming he's an agent wants to speak to you. Imagine how when he's thinking, like, what the fuck? And he hears your voice, hey bro, I had to impersonate an agent, but hey, don't worry, I am talking to you now. I got some beef to settle with you. Why the fuck do you keep turning on me, motherfucker? I'm sick and tired of all this bullshit. I can imagine how that fucking went. Who was doing this? Like, how would anybody even know this? You say Dave did this, didn't provide the source. You don't even know. You didn't even provide the proof on this thing. You just said Dave did this, and there were so many negative reviews on there. They made him do it. Like what? First things first. Even if that did happen, what makes you think somebody would waste their time and their lives just to leave a negative review? No one really gives a shit. But even if that was the case, you really think a negative review affects employment? Let's go.
Incredible, folks. Incredible.
Keep in mind, still hasn't described any sort of evidence. And by the way, the clip I provided to you, like, was me saying, Scott saying, they try to cause Simo's employment by leaving negative reviews. Okay. Even if that was the case, if that was the case, he's actually thinking this and thinking that calling somebody's job and saying they're an agent to talk to somebody isn't. Okay, let's say that wouldn't happen. That would never happen, right? What was the purpose of calling yourself an agent? What was the idea? What were you thinking when you decided to call somebody's job and claim you were an agent? What was the idea? Okay? Now, I actually want to talk about the fucking reading.
I will be destroying this fool's stupidity. And when I get a chance, the world's dumbest AI autistic.
Think about that for a second. So he's gonna basically be arguing with according to him, an artificial intelligent autistic. So I was sent by the government to argue with Scott on the internet. This is his thinking. He thinks we're all government agent spies to take down Scott. Double standard central, yet he doesn't even list the double standards. He doesn't even talk about the double standards. Okay? So he's already failed to even bring up any hypocritical standards. He failed to bring up any other me having terrible memory, this outside of the one he has yet to prove, right? Okay, so we got that out of the way. Let's go.
And in our Skype live chat last night, I showed where Extreme Shaft was fighting with me one time and threatened to go to Simo's workplace.
That has nothing to do with what was being talked about. But for one, why is he saying this? He's trying to throw somebody else in the line of fire already. Okay? For one, I don't know about the stream. I don't know about Shaft and Simo. I don't know about Scott and Shaft. Outside of the fact that they talked a few times here and there. Right? Right. So, why is he being thrown into this? What does Shaft have to do with what's being talked about? Okay? Seems like I don't know, let's show the fallacy that you're using. Tu quoque, you're trying to shift criticism on Shaft, saying,
well, I showed DMs of Shaft saying he's gonna go to Simo's place of work.
Which has nothing to do with what we were talking about to begin with. I was saying, show the proof, for one, that Dave doxed Simo's place of work. That's one thing you have to address, and another is the fact that you calling Simo's place of work of calling yourself an agent, not realizing, number one, that's illegal. You're impersonating as an agent, and it's illegal to impersonate anything. Alright, number two, okay? Follow along. Why did you call Simo's work and claim you were an agent? And, at this point, there you go. Next up, the second one, Bullseye, the attention-seeking little lost dent.
So now, because of the obsessed dent with no memory, because the plunger cannot undent the dent, and the dent keeps going further into the cerebellum, and this
I'm surprised you know what that is.
Motherfucker is absolutely gone in the head.
Really?
I now have to scour through all the streams on Grand Tribunal and on Devious Dave Roads from 9 months ago to find the exact point in the 75-hour fucking stream.
Bullseye is interfering in something that don't even involve him seeking attention, addicted to drama.
I'll touch that up in a minute because this is funny. But I do want to say this. If you're going to claim something and yet say,
I now have to find it and where it is.
Yet you're going to claim something that you cannot prove. I mean, that's your loss, man. You're trying to say I did something. Well, I was on a call for something Dave did, yet you're saying,
you have piss more memory.
Trying to say that, well, you never really prove anything that you say to me. To be exact. I mean, I will name one example. You tried to say once upon a time on a wire stream, and if my memory serves me, my piss poor memory serves me incorrect, you said verbatim,
you said you were gonna find out who Lockjaw is.
You said that. You couldn't prove it, then changed your story saying,
well, you maybe said that Lockjaw is one of the trolls.
So, let me understand something. I have the piss poor memory. Okay, sure. The onus is on you to prove said statement. Okay?
That are longer than fuck. Because I always have to show the proof. Nobody else does the legwork. It's always Scott has to show the proof for every sentence.
Okay, you do understand when you make a claim you have to provide the proof, right? I'm asking for one singular, simple proof. One evidence of a said docs, right? You're claiming Dave, who only reviewed CMO 2 or 3 times, at most, has doxed CMO's place of work, right? And saying I am on call for this, and calling me a brainless, no-memory dude who is apparently seeking attention seeker. And you said in the description, I'm an attention-seeking, addicted to drama. I mean, there's so many things wrong with that. And I don't mean like you're right about me. I mean like you're so wrong on that statement, and it's ironic that you're saying it about me. Okay? For number one, addicted, that you are an addict. You're a clear-cut addict. You're addicted to the internet. You're fighting with multiple people, and not everybody. You always fight with people in the real life. You fight with people on the internet, right? And you're always talking about drama. Always you, right? Whether it's YR, me, Dave, Tony's new friends over there in the community, anybody, Vikings, Danny, Shaft, you're always talking about drama. You can't say I'm the addict here.
It comes out of his mouth because it's my fault that Boolsy has no memory of him speaking out on this himself.
Wait, I did? Okay, these are serious allegations. These are extremely serious allegations, okay? I was on there speaking about it, too. Okay. Where are these coming from? Like, this is where, I'm not even denying this. Like, all I'm asking is for proof, and he's, like, attacking me for having piss poor memory. I mean, like, are you, like, this desperate so you need to attack the character? Alright. Let me show you something. Oh, you got those insults, Scott. You can't prove your point, 'cause you're stupid. You're stupid. And also, knowing that he said cerebellum. Oh, he means the back of the head, I suppose. I don't know why he's talking about the cerebellum.
As a legwork, it's always Scott has to show the proof for every sentence that comes out of his mouth because it's my fault that Boolsy has no memory of him speaking.
Well, it is actually your responsibility to prove something that you're claiming, okay?
Out on this himself. He said it was wrong. That Dave
when did I say this?
Did this to Simo, and he can't remember that. Extreme shit.
Apparently you can't, so show it.
Threatened Simo's workplace. Threatened to go there when he was in a fight with me. I showed that screen.
Well, wait. What does that have to do with anything? What does Shaft have to do with the conversation that is in place? You're saying we're talking about me having no memory of a certain thing you're claiming happened. Okay. Now you're, again, bringing up Shaft. Shaft has nothing to do with you providing the proof, okay? Follow along, since you're too stupid to even understand what's being said, okay? And how a conversation actually works. You claiming Dave tried to get Simo fired by doxing the place he works and saying to his apparently malicious trolls, okay, you following? To write negative reviews trying to get him fired. I asked where the proof where he even doxes Simo's place of work. No proof still. No proof. Shaft and Simo are two different examples. This is a false equivalence on your part. These are two different topics, okay?
Not last night from months ago in our live chat. These guys just don't remember anything, ever.
That has nothing to... Shaft has nothing to do with this. Like, apparently that example matters to the conversation we're having. No. Here's what to address. You saying Dave doxed Simo's place of work. Get it now? get what you had to prove now? Now we have to travel back 9 months ago. Apparently this was 9 months ago. They took 6 of my channels down with all the proof of this. And who were these people that did this, apparently?
Too late. Scott has to do all the legwork now.
Yes, because you're making a claim that you have to prove. And apparently you already did prove this with whatever your channels you're claiming, but no one really gives a shit because we know you didn't prove a goddamn thing of it. Moving on. Now we're getting to Bullseye reported me for child endangerment because I tagged a school on YouTube, but it was okay for a drone strike with my sister and her kids. For one, I never even okayed that. Number two, you did more than that. I know you're gonna admit it later on, but you did way more than that. You threatened to contact his kids. You threatened to call CPS on Kent. Okay, that is in fact child endangerment. You did way more than that. Okay? You're leaving out some important parts in that, writing that you're hoping people forget, I suppose. But I know you're going to accidentally admit it later on because you can't really keep track of your own lies. Okay? Oh, Denty, you sad, special little Dent. Again, all he has is Denty, you Denty. Like, his vocabulary is so limited. Like, I guarantee you, he probably found cerebellum online and found it and thought it was a cool word to use and is now saying it about me because, hey, he's like a caveman. Discover new rock. Ooh, shiny rock, blah, blah, blah.
Bullseye is literally one of the people amongst pro-violence and Danny and everybody that continuously reports Scott's streams. Vikings did too.
That's not true. That is not true. I do not report Scott's streams. The only time I ever reported Scott. One time, his channel. One time. It wasn't on a stream. It wasn't about a video. It was about child endangerment. Him threatening to contact Ken's kids' schools, their kids alone, and calling the CPS on Ken. Keep in mind, apparently, with his own terrible memory himself, he's showing his own terrible memory and forgetting, apparently I guess I have a better memory, forgetting the fact that Ken showed DMs of Scott spurging out. And that's why he threatened to contact Ken's kids' schools, threatened to contact, he said it right here, kids alone, and CPS. Makes sense, right? One time. Now he's trying to make it sound like I've been trying to take him down this whole time. Negatory.
Report Scott's fucking videos. Make sure all Scott's channels are down.
Wrong. No proof.
Always, for years, obsessing with taking Scott down.
For years? No proof of it. I'm sorry, man. You're gonna have to prove that too this time. Gonna have to prove it. And calling me obsessed doesn't really help you prove anything. It's just you throwing out cop-outs. This has nothing to do with anything he said in this video. Like, he's now trying to make claims that aren't even true. For one, he's not even going over what I said in the video. He's just making outlandish claims about me that are not even true. Like, where is he pulling this from?
Scott can't speak out about the truth. So Scott can't defend himself.
But you just lied. You just lied about me trying to take you down, which is not true. You know that's not true. But here you are trying to say it is. That's the truth. It's a blatant lie. Okay, if I was trying to look for you, trying to take you down all this time, where are you getting this from?
On the amount of fucking lies. All the lies remain up, though, folks.
What lies? What are the lies?
The lies, none of them get struck. All their lies, all their bullshit, all their narratives remain up. But Scott's channel is all just...
Yeah, he doesn't even list. Okay, list down the lies. List down the lies. Okay, number one, you threatening to dox people. Is that a lie? Is that a lie? You threatening to kill people. Is that a lie? You threatening to call CPS. Is that a lie? You threatening to contact somebody's job. Is that a lie? Contacting people's job. Is that a lie? Are these lies? Scott.
Disappear because they get me. They utilize the fucking woke culture and cancel culture to get me.
Let me just play you. It's ridiculous, but let me just play you something real quick, okay? You're gonna find out how dumb this is, but he's gonna say something that is completely woke.
An agent, I please. Call center agent, private investigator, whatever I please. I can identify as an agent. I never said I was any form of...
Here he is trying to claim that,
all these woke people trying to take me down on YouTube.
which is not true, because even so, like, he's got no views. No one really listens to him. No one pays attention to him. Right? Right. But here he is trying to say, me, for throwing me in there for some reason, even though I didn't do this. I would never do this. And I already reported him once, and he already knows what that one report was for. But here he is trying to claim that I've been trying to take him down for years. For years. What? That is an absolute lie. Okay, if this is so true, if you don't lie, Scott, even though you admitted to lying, show the proof. How about you prove that too? Even though it has nothing to do with what I was saying in that entire video.
Fucking woke culture and cancel culture to get me on stupid shit, whether it's medical misinfo, and they fit the old liberal agenda they say that they're against. But yeah.
Even though he said something completely liberal that I just played you. You know? But okay, what does anything of this sort, my liberalism according to you, the wokeness according to you, apparently according to you, I've been striking your channel for years, trying to take you down, and you got that apparently because I made a video on you? Okay. It doesn't even address, for one, anything I said in that video. Okay? We already can establish that part. Number 2. This is another claim upon other claims and ad homs and insults and logical fallacies that he's saying, but still hasn't made an actual rebuttal. Think about it for a second. All his rebuttals require saying names, calling me names, saying I have a bad memory, saying I have to look for it now, even though if he remembers so well, and knowing that Dave only reviewed SEMO 2 or 3 times. Okay. How come it's harder for you to find it? You should have this down already, but you don't remember where it is, so I guess you have a piss poor memory yourself. Guess what? I can list you several things what happened. Episode 6. Remember Drama Diner? Episode 6. That's when Dave was, reviewing Wire, telling him, give me your wrench back. Telling him, train your Tonys. Talking about Tony, right? And talking about Ken and Tony. That's the one. Okay, let's talk about, Drama Diner 21, the part where he was reviewing you on a YR stream, arguing with people like Bars, Blonin, and me. I can remember that. How about episode 32, Drama Diner, where everybody had a complete chaos talking with Tony and Bullfrog. Right? Are you following along here? Episode 84, Drama Diner. Joe calls in, and while Dave was reviewing his fight with Ken, or Kerfuffle, along with, and reviewing Seaman and Shannon themselves, and that was after the fact that he showed a DM. I can remember and recall those things. Okay? I could show where those are. I just told you where they are. How come you can't tell me where the doxing is? Maybe my memory's better than yours?
They censor old Scotty boy all the time, and then it's people like Bullseye who do this.
Wrong again. Like, he's claiming I did this, but you're gonna have to show the proof again. And, reporting you for child endangerment is not the same thing as trying to censor you. Trust me, that's not the same thing. But of course, in your stupid little head, you're trying to connect the dots between those two, which is called false cause, and it's a logical fallacy. Those aren't the same things, trust me.
Who say, show the proof? I took down some of your channels that
Yeah,
had
show the proof. I didn't take any of your channels down, by the way. Like, why are you claiming this? How do you know? Why are you saying this? How would you even know if it was me or not? Where, and do not say me admitting to, reporting you, because I reported you once. Once. So that one report means I took every channel of your down, and you're leaving out the fact that not only were your channels taken down, you took your own channels down, not all your channels. Okay? And YouTube is also known for taking your channels down over uploading Alex Jones. Okay? I even mentioned this in the video. Okay? Apparently you don't remember that. Or maybe you're hoping people forget, but I'm going to assume it's the terrible memory you have and you're just projecting on me.
that proof on it 9 months ago that had everything.
9 months ago? Wait, 9 months ago. Apparently he was uploading videos about Dave doxing Simo's place of work. But I guess what's stopping him from uploading that again? If you already have that, if you already did prove this the first time, okay? What's stopping you from going back to your archives, pulling that back out again and proving it once more? What's stopping you, right? What's stopping you? If you already proved it the first time, what's wrong with proving it another time?
Show the proof now, because we took your channels down, you know?
Lies. You're just a big fat liar. You can't even punch a bag. But side note, just a quick side note. Based on the fact that he's now claiming that I took his channel down, that showed the proof that apparently Dave doxed Simo's place of work, which is very ironic because that suggests that I actually do know about the doxing and remember that. So, for one, that's contradictory, but even so, if we're gonna run with that logic, like, that is some sort of, like, extreme allegation that I would protect Dave from the fact that he doxed Simo, so I struck Scott for proving it. Okay. It doesn't make sense, okay? For one, I'm asking for the proof, and he's claiming I took that down. Like, this is like bold claims he's throwing out there. And he says the artificial unintelligent. I'll give him that. That's pretty clever and funny. That's Scott. And trust me, Scott, that is actually pretty funny. The artificial unintelligent. But either way, I want you to understand that there's a logic gap between saying I have piss poor memory to saying piss poor memory. You say you don't remember this. You're on call. How could you not remember this? Your memory is not our fault. But then says he did prove this 9 months ago. I took his channel down. Because he proved the proof. It's insane. Like, the idea that I even go around trying to take him down is freaking ridiculous, because I don't think about him at all. So it makes no goddamn sense. Like, A, for one, where's your proof that I'm trying to take you down all the time? Let's go.
Artificial intelligent den said, oh, yeah, you changed.
The artificial intelligent den. Well, now he's claiming in here, I am intelligent, but he says unintelligent in the, his title. But, gotta keep that up. And why are you, like, recording your shoe? It's not really... Is this supposed to be some sort of clever stuff or some shit?
Travis in them away by putting out his...
Oh, wait, no, he's having his foot speak for him because he can't talk for himself.
DMs, man. Yeah, no more associated with you because you put out the Detective Club DMs, in which proves my point on that YR was the Canadian Army account. I put out...
Okay, that's not even... Okay, I'm gonna have to go back to the stream, video, and let me play you the point I was making, because apparently he's gonna miss the entire point here, and I can already tell. Okay, let's...
You're always jealous of, because I try to establish real friendships with people on here, but it is nearly impossible.
Okay, let's think about this for a second. How many people have tried to help your stupid ass? Your drunk ass? Yet you threaten so many people to dox them, calling their jobs. You tried to be their friend by calling their jobs. You tried to be people's friend by threatening to dox them. They're threatening to kill them. You tried to be their friends. That's you trying to be their friends. You answer that one. Okay. Oh, another one. Remember you, Seaman, and Travis with, you put it out there, by the way. Detective Club. You put information, you put DMs out there, and Travis and Seaman ran away. Not wanting to associate with you. Or caught associating with you. Think about that for a second. People scurried away, being caught associating with you. Because you put something out there. Think about it. Think about yourself for a second. Look how sad you are. Think about how sad you are. But people are jealous of you. People are jealous of you. A guy who can't even freaking get out of his parents' house, let alone their basement. Let alone their basement. Right? Guy who has to claim he's making six figures. Guy who has to claim he's making six figures to make himself larger than life. Not to mention all of his videos are consistent of reviewing other people, talking about other people, fighting with other people. And unless it's going to the gym to punch a bag terribly and throw a kick terribly or eat a bunch of junk food so you get fucking fatter. Your liver's already expanded. I'm surprised you're still alive.
I put out DMs in a detective club in which we were exposing your friends, Ballsy, Dave especially. And then...
Wait. So, okay, let's continue this one.
Shit NYR eventually. You know?
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna roll it back real quick. Hold on.
DMs in a detective club in which we were exposing your club DMs, in which proves my point on that YR was the Canadian Army account. I put out DMs in a detective club in which we were exposing your friends, Ballsy, Dave especially. And then...
Dave? Putting out the detective club was exposing Dave? Okay, let's continue this because I'm trying to understand this.
Shit NYR eventually.
Shit's not my friend. And YR and I don't really speak anymore.
You don't like that though, huh? But yeah.
Okay, for one, let's understand something real quick, okay? For one, I remember the DMs. He's saying I was exposing YR for being the prolific Canadian actor. Or whatever, I don't know. I suppose that's one of his alt accounts that he's claiming another person was. But let me understand this. Let me tell you things first, because I already showed you what the point was to begin with, because it's an entire straw man is saying, well, you don't like this, don't you? Well, that doesn't even address what I was saying to begin with, Scott. Because apparently either you have piss poor memory and your brain is fried and you can't remember shit, or you're just trying to straw man and make it about something else that I wasn't even talking about. Because what I was using as the Travis the Seaman as an example, right? And if the detective club was in fact just to expose devious Dave Rose, why did Travis the Seaman scurry away? Because from that video alone, from the video and Dave went through the messages, not really like the voice messages, but he went through it because you made a video about it. You made a video about it, right? All I saw was Seaman, Jake Bars, Travis, and you. Wire could have been there. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't saying Wire was there, but who knows? But the point is, if this is to expose Dave Rose of DMs that Dave wasn't even in, doesn't really make any sense. Like, if you needed to show DMs by Travis and Seaman and Bars to expose Dave Rose, and what was the expose exactly? Like, why, if you could have just exposed, if it was to expose him, if something in there was to expose him, why'd you need to reveal the DMs to do it? So, you see, this doesn't make much sense on your part, because obviously, if you really, really wanted just to show something that made Dave look bad, the DMs he had nothing a part of wouldn't matter. But this is beside the point of what I was even talking about in the video to begin with. Like, think for a second. If I was talking about and using Travis and Seaman DMs as an example, and he takes that, runs with it like I was harping on this all day on that video, did he even pay attention? Or was he like, I'm gonna nitpick this and that and the other? Or does he have a faulty memory that he likes to claim I have? Let's go.
Oh yeah, I'm a big bad guy for putting out DMs, but yet you go back...
I wasn't even shaming you for putting out DMs. I don't think you get the point of what I was saying, okay? Because okay, I already played the video, but let me explain to you even in better detail. Because that whole point I was making is that you're a sad person with no friends whose only claim of friendship was another shithead named Simo. Right? Right. And the funny thing is, you didn't even rebuke this in this video or any other videos, which kind of tells me that I'm right about what I say, but let's continue, and you're just picking out something that you can attack and try to say I'm wrong on, but show that you're not right on. Alright? Let's continue with this. If, in fact, you could have, prove this is like this expose and I care about this all day long and I dislike this, even though I really don't give a two shits whether it's DMs that expose somebody or not. Understand this. Apparently you're also forgetting and your brain is fried apparently like this, even though you like saying my brain is fried. How come you don't remember me arguing with Dave? Defending. Again, I'll say this again because maybe your brain is like fried and you have trouble processing information. Okay? Defending. I've even defended you once upon a time. Against Dave. Talking with Dave. Defending Travis and Seaman. Did that go over your head? Because I know you like paying attention to everything. But I have a faulty memory because I can't remember a thing you're claiming.
Dave streams from 9 months ago, the same time he docked Simo, and he's threatening Travis on the World Killer stream, putting out
Wait. The World Killer stream? Okay. He doxed Simo at the same time as he threatened Travis on the World Killer stream. Okay. I don't exactly remember the World Killer stream, not that it really matters. But I will say this. I will say this. For one, I know what he's talking about with... There is actually talking about with Travis. I know what he's meaning. I remember Dave specifically saying, I will look every fucking buddy up. I remember this. Talking about doxing. There is one video that talks about how Dave, was talking about, Travis showed me this. I know that these things, Scott. I know a lot of these things. I know pains you. I know it pains you that some things you want to show and make whatever you want up. Even though I know you can make whatever you want up. He even showed me a video from Literal Lee that Dave said, whatever happens to you won't be traced back to me when I find your information. I remember this, Scott. But let me tell you something. From Travis Seaman and Dave Beef. Not that it even has anything to do with what I was saying to begin with, but here I am having to talk about it because this guy's a fucking retard. But actually, he says it himself. Let me play you the clip. There you have it. That explains why he's just kind of spewing shit at this point. Okay, let's even run this down. Let's pretend this. Okay, why? Travis and Seaman and Dave. Travis and Seaman and Dave, okay? Dave, at the time when Travis and Seaman were going at Dave was reviewing you. Okay? He didn't review Simo. He didn't talk about Simo. He didn't... Well, maybe in some, cases where Simo was on a call. I don't know. But he wasn't reviewing Simo. He was reviewing you. At that time. You know? And if you were smart... You wouldn't link the two together because neither two have anything to do with each other because Dave, at the time, wasn't even talking about Simo. In fact, I don't even know why you're bringing that up.
Dream. Putting out Travis's job, putting out Travis's real name,
Now he put Travis's real job out there? Well, okay. So, not only did he put Simo's job, according to Scott, and I was on the call for that, he also put Travis's job out there? Interesting allegations there, my guy.
Oh, seemingly your dent got further and further into your fucking cerebral fucking cortex now, and it destroyed what's left of that fucking little brain of yours, Bullseye. You
don't realize the cerebrum cortex isn't the only part of my brain. You do know that, right? I guess the, neocortex of your brain isn't really understanding this information and actually thinking. It's not working right, and the frontal lobe isn't working either. Ugh, man, dude, you need help.
Fucking biased Riri. Who fucking...
Okay, you didn't even explain anything at all. I'm just a biased Riri. You went talking about something I didn't even mention in my video to begin with. I didn't mention at all. I wasn't mentioning I didn't mention Travis and Seaman, but I wasn't talking about them and Dave. I was talking about them scurrying away because they were caught associating with you. You missed the entire point. I wasn't even harping on that. It was an example of this guy being worthless, right? But he takes that and acts like he made a great point. Even though he still looks stupid. Hey, Scott, what do you call yourself? Yes, I know, Scott. We're all here for you, man. I know it's tough having a stupid brain and not being able to understand anything you even say, but it's a learning process. We'll get that brain fixed up for you.
Who fucking condones drone strikes on kids?
When did I do that? Now you're making allegations that I condone drone. Now I'm getting fucked up because I'm listening to this fucking idiot. My brain cells are dying. Drone strike nieces. When did I even condone that? Okay, now you're making allegations that I condone that. Okay, now you're just spewing shit out your mouth.
So the artificial intelligent dent said, oh...
Okay, that's that. Let's move on. Let's go.
Artificial unintelligent...
According to the unintelligent dent, CPS is child endangerment. I didn't even say CPS is child endangerment, but hey, I said threatening to call CPS is child endangerment, you dumb fuck. But hey, he's gonna, in this video, I guarantee admit that there's some CPS is involved in child endangerment. So I'm technically right, according to him, even though I didn't even say it. So, way to contradict yourself, dummy. But drone strike and doxing my nieces is not. I didn't even say this. I didn't even say that. That it was not child endangerment. But hey, Dave already explained this. He hashtagged drone strike nieces with a picture of your niece. I even told him I disagree with that. I even told him. Okay. But if you found that to be child endangerment, Scott, if you found that to be child endangerment, why didn't you report it? I've asked you this question before, and you went on to talk about, I don't know, the military doesn't find it to be a serious threat. So why are you still harping on this? If according to you, the military doesn't find it to be a serious threat. Let's go.
Knowledge and dent. You guys really have to go listen to this trash, as every fucking word that comes out of his mouth is a contradiction. Makes no sense. He just called child protection.
A contradiction? What's the contradiction here? You're gonna contradict yourself in this video, I guarantee it.
Protective Services, child endangerment. He said child...
Threatening to call it. Yes, it is. How is it not? How am I contradicting myself? Did I first say it's not? Like, can you play the video? Play the examples here?
Endangerment to CPS. Really now? I'll agree on one thing. There's organizations that work with CPS that are involved in child trafficking. But not all CPS establishments are corrupt. That is only corrupt organizations.
Thank you for contradicting yourself. Thank you, man. But then saying I'm contradicting myself. It's really nice to see you realize. And what you call yourself, Scott? Attaboy. You're doing really good, Scott. I'm proud of you, man. Keep going.
There's only corrupt organizations. CPS was established to protect children, and there are still good places that protect children from abused households. Everybody's calling CPS on dub recently. And I know you watch dub and everything over there because you're obsessed with drama. You have no...
Wait. Now he's accusing me of watching dub. Hold on. I gotta process this. He's accusing me of watching dub now because I'm obsessed with drama. Well, fuck. I wonder what gave him that idea.
You're obsessed with drama. Like me. You're gonna be obsessed too because I am.
I don't even watch dub. I don't know why he's saying this. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying. At least he's attempting to attack something I said about CPS. I suppose.
Lifeboats, and you intervene and interfere in things that have nothing to do with you, like you did on me again, because you're upset.
Okay, let me understand something. I'm not allowed to talk about things. Am I not allowed to have content reviewing people and myself, even though when you went over to Tony's new community, that had nothing to do with you? Why? I'm not allowed to talk about things? I'm allowed to talk about whatever I want. People talk about things that have nothing to do with them all the time. Whether it's wrestling, politics, you name it. Basketball, volleyball, anything. But I'm not allowed to talk about anything that has nothing to do with me? It doesn't matter. If I'm allowed to talk about you. You put yourself out on the internet. So, you can call me obsessed. You can call me whatever you want. Whatever that helps you sleep at night. But guess what? I'm allowed my opinions. Okay? And if I want to say them, I will. Okay? And besides, I'm not interfering with anything. All I'm doing is making videos. Like you. But I only decided to do a review on you because I wanted to. Okay? So like I said, say whatever you want. Say,
you're obsessed, you're stupid, you're retarded, you have piss poor memory.
And if you really want to use that head to attack me from my head and use the parts of the brains and as your insults, if you were smart, you'd be talking about the hippocampus and how that, I'm not even going to explain it to you because you can do the research. Do the research, okay?
So, You have no idea what you're talking about. You contradict everything you say. You're a fucking...
Example, please. You can't just say something and then not prove it. Like, this goes without saying. You say, I'm contradicting myself, but what's the contradiction? What's the contradiction? You contradicted yourself in the video, then claimed I did. Like, you just shot yourself in the foot. You basically said,
this is what you did.
And you're pointing at your own foot that you shot yourself and saying, I shot myself. You sound like a... What do you sound like, Scott? Good job, Scott. You're getting really the hang of this. You really understand who's really the retard in this situation. I'm really proud of you, man. Really proud of you. We're working on the steps, guys, okay? He's doing better. You just gotta give him time. Okay?
You know what you're talking about. You contradict everything you say. You're a fucking retard completely. I never saw anybody...
Wait. Let's understand one more time, Scott. Who's really the retard? Can you tell me? Good job, Scott. Good job, man. I'm sorry you're contradicting yourself now as well and saying I'm doing it, but I mean... What else is there to say? I mean, shall we continue? Let's go.
The more that I realize people this dumb exist, the sicker I get to my stomach, as Bullseye is one of these people that will sit there and say, provide the proof. You gotta prove the proof, Scott, on every sentence that comes out of your mouth. You gotta prove the proof, bro. Prove it. Prove it.
Okay, you have to understand something. When you make a claim, you gotta provide some proof. Like, oh, for instance, I don't know, saying Dave doxed Simo's place of work. I ask for proof. You say, you have piss poor memory. You have piss poor memory. I'm sorry, that's not how you prove your proof, okay? Just know how you prove your proof, man. You gotta prove the proof, right? You prove your proof that you need to prove. You know, like the thing you're doing. I'm just repeating what you're doing, by the way. But understand something. When you say things like, I am contradicting myself, but can't even list examples of me contradicting myself, in that same sentence you're contradicting yourself, right? So you just practically agreed with me, just by saying you think it's stupid to say it. Hey, what do we call Scott? Scott? That's it, Scott. You did very good. Very good. You understand the crux here. You understand.
On every sentence that comes out of your mouth. You gotta prove the proof, bro. Prove it. Prove it. And then when Scott proves it, there's an excuse for everything that I prove. There's
like what?
Never any accountability, or I'm sorry, you're right, Scott. Ever. And they're never...
And no. Like examples, please. Show examples of you proving the proof. Proving the proof, I prove the proof. Show the examples of you actually proving the proof. Okay? Because, guess what? We don't see them. We don't see it.
I talked about how I showed DMs of Shaft. I proved the proof.
I'm talking about us denying the proof you're showing us. And I was not talking about Shaft. I wasn't talking about YR. I wasn't talking about Dave, with the exception of the Simo place being doxed. But you're talking about how you said something like,
I showed the DMs to expose Dave Rose,
even though he was not even in the DMs. Okay? Because you have trouble processing this information, or even how to make an actual argument. Having trouble to explain your stances, and you contradict yourself. You can't say you prove it and say other people deny it when you have yet to show examples or any proof. So, Scott, what do you call yourself again? Very good, Scott. Very good. Pat yourself on the back, because at least you're showing signs of getting more intelligent of who's really retarded and mentally disabled. Let's go.
You're right, Scott. Ever, and there never will be. And Bullseye just basically admitted to that in his comment section, if you go over there and read that, as he said, even if you prove it to me, I'm still going to be your intellectual superior. Copying.
Okay. Let me actually show you what I said in the comment section, my own comment section, because he just reworded it. Okay, I'll be back. Here it is! Ha ha ha! I will gladly admit I am wrong if you show it, Scott. Doesn't change the fact I am your superior, Scott. Dave gave me permission. So, Scott, yet again proven wrong once again. It's like, hey, man, he's gonna say I'm trying to be like Dave Rose, but he, like I said, he can say whatever he wants to make himself feel better. It's not gonna change anything. I already showed you what I said. Yeah, I'm allowed to sing I'm his superior. Guess what? Dave didn't make that term up. That word already existed long ago before Dave. But, hey, I guess, according to you, anything made up is from Dave Rose. That must be your mind, because you don't really know anything. I wonder where you got cerebellum from. Right. But, hey, like I said, Scott, you know what to do. You know what to do. You all gotta be proud of Scott, man. He's making progress, man. He's understanding who's really the retard. You gotta give him credit, dudes. Give him a round of applause, please. Just give him a round of applause. Let's go.
Superior, copying his daddy, saying his daddy gave him permission for that, but he can't think for
he doesn't understand trolling. He's so mad about that.
Himself, and everything that comes out of his mouth is sounding like Dave. He's
sounding like Dave? Is that what you think? Well, I mean, you are arguing with an AI sentient parrot, so you're basically arguing with a artificial intelligent Dave Rose. So yes, I'm gonna be the new drama emperor, the AI version, and I'm gonna do 8-hour streams on you, Scott, and I'm gonna relish in destroying you, Skunty. Does that bother you? Does that bother you so much that you resorted to arguing with an AI Dave Rose? That's how sad you are? Good job. What do we call Scott, ladies and gentlemen? Great job, Scott. Great job. You're on cue.
And everything that comes out of his mouth is sounding like Dave. He's literally trying to be Dave. It's
Now I'm trying to be like Dave. Or be Dave. I guess that's his words. I mean, it doesn't even fucking matter. What am I gonna say to that? No, I'm not. Who gives a shit? But hey, listen. It's better than being Scott over here. It really is. I'd much rather be like a Dave Rose than be a Scott McKinnon. That's one thing, but I was already compared to Dave even before I met him, to be honest, but I'm not even gonna bother trying to explain this, how it's just okay. I mean, what do you want me to say to this? What am I supposed to say to this? It's okay. So, is that supposed to be what you think? I mean, what's the exactly argument?
You say everything he says.
No. I mean, no. I mean, don't you... People take things from me as well, and you take things from Dave. Am I not allowed to take things from Dave? People take things from Dave all the time. You took obsession from him. You took accountability from him. What else did you take from him? I don't know, autism from him? Well, you actually took autism from me, but still. And actually, you took that from Z-Man. But still. You've taken a lot of things. Am I not allowed to use words because Dave says the words first? I mean, people took mongoloid from people. People use words other people say all the time. But God forbid me use other words, otherwise I'm trying to say, be like Dave Rose, apparently. But hey, me saying I'm superior to Scott is a bad thing. Well, actually, it's not a bad thing, it's a true thing. So it is a good thing. As an AI sentient parrot, Scott, I am your superior. Bow down, form to me, you dumb dumb idiot.
Fucking weird. He is a fucking, like, AI sentient fucking dent that just wants to be Dave Rose. It's fucking bizarre, bro.
Well, I want to be Dave Rose now. Like I said, it doesn't even matter. What am I supposed to say to this? No, I'm not. Like, who cares? Who really cares? Who I'm trying to be. Who I am is my choice. Really.
Provide the proof, but when Scott proves it, whether it's women he's been with, or proving that he's a good...
Whether it's women I've been with, I provided the proof that it was with women.
So if I take a picture with women, that proves I'm with women? What if I take my picture with my mother? Does that prove I'm with women? Like, this is the funny thing. I remember him say... I actually remember this.
I do provide proof. Look at all the women I took pictures with.
Oh, shit. Let's go back. Hold on.
Trying to be Dave. It's fucking weird.
Let's go back
He
to
is
it.
a fucking, like, AI sentient fucking dent that just wants to be Dave
Funny
Rose.
looking.
It's fucking bizarre, bro. Provide the proof, but when Scott proves it, whether it's women he's been with, or proving that he's a good person...
But, okay, now we're getting to it. Like, first things first. Who asked him to prove that he is with women? Like, there was this video of him going, what was that? One of his roommates was banging a girl. So I'm like, yeah, that's doubtful, but even so, I don't really give a shit. Like, if you want to talk about the women you're with, fine, we don't care, right? Right. But the funny thing is, though, how does taking a picture with somebody prove that you're with them? Okay, you could just ask, like, anybody, hey, can you take a picture with me? Yeah, like, you do realize famous people go up to other famous people to have pictures taken.
I took pictures with all these women. That proves I'm with women.
Okay. Ask Dave and ask Ken. My dick isn't dry. But, okay, now he's saying,
I did prove I'm a good person.
okay, shall we go back and see something of what he said on a later video? Let's go back, because this is a contradiction.
all of you, and you're sick fuckers for doing it, because I really do a lot of good work for humanity. More than you guys will ever fucking get access to or know about, because you evil demons who I fight against are trying to compromise us good people in the world who do good things. I know your game plan.
So there you go. He says he's proving that he's a good person, but I just played you a last clip that he says, we're not going to get access to him being a good person. Or maybe he thinks, maybe in his deluded mind, which probably proves his delusion, very much so, is that he thinks, in fact, that him making YouTube videos and fighting with people online is actually him doing good things. Which wouldn't make much sense to begin with, being that we have access to that. And not to mention, on that last video he made, he was justifying why he does things, justifying why he, dogs Trona's girl, why he called Seamless Place of Work, and later on, in Midday, he went out and tried to find Tony's grandmother's obituary, but then shames me, but, you get the point. It's weird, isn't it? He's a interesting individual. Right. Right.
Then I'm in trouble for proving it. Why does you gotta feel like you gotta prove it? Because you're asking for the proof.
For one, I don't think I ever recall asking for proof that he's been with women. But even if I did, his way of showing proof that he's been with women is taking a picture with one. That's stupid, okay? Let's just say that. And another thing. You didn't show proof of you being a good person. And if you are, right now, no one's seeing the good things. No one's seeing the good things you making videos about other people. Okay? You claiming you're a good person is not proof of you being a good person. Okay? Nobody knows if you were doing such good things. I already talked about this. I shouldn't even have to play it. But you know what? I might have to. I might really have to. You know what? I'll be back. Hold on.
He's a good-hearted person, ladies and gentlemen. He said it himself. He's a good-hearted gentleman, ladies and gentlemen. Let's remember this moment. Scott says he's a good-hearted person after threatening and after admitting, calling to jobs, threatening to dox so many people. And, he's doxed people too. Like, threatened to call Ken's job once before, threatened to call CPS on Ken. All of this shit. Threatened to call the FBI, say he's got to get all these detective FBI's agents to review the evidence marathon. All of that shit, trying, going into people's DMs, spamming in their messages, threatening them. All of that shit. Deep down, he's a good-hearted person. This guy. This dumb-looking shitface. He's a good-hearted person, though.
Point proven. So, Scott, what do we call you? Can you tell me? Very good, Scott. Very good. You're doing very good right now, man. You're on the money. Keep repeating that every time I tell you, okay? Okay, let's go. Insanity at its finest. Well, describing yourself there, Scott, aren't you?
Another prime example of prove the proof, but why is he proving the proof? Because we're asking him to prove the proof.
Which you still have yet to do, Scott. You still have yet to do. Like, this should go without saying. He's making videos because I'm asking him to prove something. Like, how sad do you have to be? Like, this should go without saying. You know what? Scott, what are you? What are you? Scott, you're doing an excellent job, Scott. Excellent. You know who's really the retard.
Prove the proof. And when he proves the proof, well, why is he proving the proof? Why does he feel like he has to prove the proof?
What is the proof? What examples? Like, this is, like, the important parts to note. Like, you're saying you prove the proof.
Proof. I proved the proof. You just, I did prove the proof. Or proof.
Or some shit. Like, I don't know. Like, it's your fucking thing. Scott, let me tell you something. Shaft showing DMs isn't what I'm asking. Talking about how you're trying to expose YR as whatever troll account you think he is, or Dave Rose isn't providing proof. It doesn't even make sense to say you're proving something about Dave to show DMs about Travis Seaman in bars. It doesn't even make sense.
We're supposed to be able to lie about him, and then ask him to provide proof, and when he proves the proof, then we have an excuse for that proof.
False. Okay, this is like important to note. Very much important to note, okay? Listen closely. Listen very closely. Does anybody even recall him ever showing any sort of proof that we're asking him to show? You can't, okay? When I ask for proof, he's talking about talking about going to Simo's job. I don't know about that. I'm not asking about that. Why is this even part of the conversation? When I talk about Travis Seaman leaving Scott because they were associating with Scott McKinnon them himself, he's talking about,
well, I just showed the proof Dave is a liar
or some shit like that. Like, what? That's not what I'm asking. That wasn't what I was talking about. Like, this is what is going on in his brain. He's saying I'm providing proof, but not addressing the proof point that I'm trying to get at. He is saying my memory is fried because I don't remember being on a call with the supposed docs of a job that Dave did, right? That's what I'm asking for. That's what I'm asking for. I'm not asking for shafts. I'm not asking about whether you've been with women. I'm not asking about whether you're a good person or not. Not that it even matters, because you're not, no matter what you say, because there's multiple proof of you being a bad person. And more importantly, I'm not asking for proof that wires a certain troll account. Not what I'm asking. What I'm asking you, and listen closely, I am asking, provide the proof. I'll say it one more time if it doesn't fit your brain with your frontal lobe not processing the information, your neocortex not working. Okay? I'll say it slowly because you're a goddamn idiot. What are you, Scott? Say it again. Say it one more time for me, Scott.
You have an excuse?
Okay. I think you get the point. So let me say this. When I asked for proof of a simple term, like I asked you proof that I apparently was trying to take you down for the past 9 months, and tried to take you down because of that. Apparently you actually providing the proof that Dave did Doc Simo's place of work. Alright, now you're saying, you say these things, I'm not going to go through the list, okay? I'm asking for something simple. And you're making videos complaining about me asking for proof. I don't care about what other things you showed. This doesn't address the point I am asking you. Where can you prove? And I didn't even ask just Dave doxing Simo's place of work. I'm also asking about saying he has malicious trolls, telling malicious trolls to literally leave negative reviews, even if that was the case. One negative review wouldn't cost somebody's job, okay? Does that make sense? Does it make sense? I hope it does. Let's go.
For that proof. And say, why does he feel like he has to prove the proof? But we'll continue to...
Oh my god. Okay. This is ridiculous. What are you, Scott? Tell me what are you? I'm just asking for something simple. I'm really just asking for something simple. And he can't even do one simple task. Like I already went over the fact that he said he already proved it. Which I would assume he would have it in his archives and he could just prove it again. But he can't, and he's saying, I have to go back to his streams 80 hours a day. So basically, either A, he's lying, or B, he's just, which, you know what, it's probably just that. But if he's probably lying about actually saying he proved it, and just saying, well, you took me down, that's a lie. We know it's a lie. So, here's my thing. Like, all I want is something proof. I even said, I'll gladly admit I am wrong. It's not that hard. I've been wrong before, and so have you. So, what is this like me telling you that I would like some proof? Proof, some evidence. You do know... Oh, Scott, I think you already know this, considering that you know this. Say it for me again, Scott. Please say it for me again. Yes, you are. Let's go.
But we'll continue to ask him to provide the proof and call him a liar. So when he
Okay, that's not even remotely true. Not even remotely true. But let's run down with this logic, okay? Like, am I really gonna be made to explain this? Am I really gonna be made to explain this, why his arguments are faulting? Like, guess what? I guarantee you he's already spurging out because I'm doing this. I'm halfway through this video, but let me tell you something. I set up a stream, but I'm probably gonna upload it tomorrow, right? So who knows? But this is prior and this is previous, so understand this, right? No one's getting mad at him for providing proof. Okay. And he's probably thinking providing somebody's place of work is actually providing proof that even though that's actually doxing. Right? When I ask for proof of a certain thing, I ask for an explanation, an example, a follow-up. He doesn't do that. Does he ever do that? Everybody that watches will say no. And it's going to be everybody else's fault because Scott isn't being agreed with. Okay? You cannot get mad at people for saying provide the proof. and then get mad at people for having a rebuttal that counters it. Okay? When somebody sees something you're trying to prove or supposedly proven, and they have a counter for it that actually debunks you, you can't get mad. Okay? Because it actually proves you're wrong. That's just called a rebuttal. Okay? Oh, shit. Okay. Let's go back and skip. But still, the overall point I'm trying to make. When I'm just asking for a simple proof. And I never once denied the proof he was showing. Never once. Whatever proof that he's saying. I showed myself to be with women. That's not proof, my guy. You're taking pictures with women, but that's not the same as being with women. Okay? Okay, you could have taken pictures at the party. Hey, this is my niece, sister, or whatever. No one cares. Even if you had a girlfriend, nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. No one's asking about it. You being a good person, no one's asking about it. Shaft saying he's gonna go to Simo's place of work, no one's asking about it. YRB trying to be a troll account or whatever, no one's asking about it. Apparently you're trying to expose Dave in those DMs. Whatever that is. I'm not even gonna ask because it's just gonna be you gonna just saying the same things over and over and have your, like, die from it. So, then again, maybe I should question it. Should I question it? I don't think you want me to because you'll just spur out even more.
Well, why is he proving the proof? Why does he feel like he has to prove the proof? We're supposed to be able to lie about him and then ask him to provide proof, and when he proves...
By the way, no one lies about him. No lies about him. He's a tranny.
...the proof, then we have an excuse for that proof. And
no, we have a counter for that proof. The supposed proof that proves you wrong. It's how it works. It's how discussions work. Oh, here's my proof. This is my rebuttal. Well, this is what I have, and this is my rebuttal. Oh, you know how that works, right? Right. But in this case, I'm asking for a certain thing that can't be rebutted, right? Because it's a claim of said action. And if you're trying to provide that action, guess what? I can't prove you're wrong, Scott. But of course, you don't want to prove it. Let's go.
Why does he feel like he has to prove the proof? But we'll continue to ask him to provide the proof and call him a liar. So when he defends...
This is fucking stupid. Scott, what do you call yourself? Please tell me what you call yourself again. Say it for me, please. You gotta appreciate Scott understanding he's even stupid. He understands it. And he's making attempts to, fix that. You gotta give him credit. He's trying to fix it. He's even noticing that he's a retard. He's admitting it.
But we'll continue to ask him to provide the proof and call him a liar. So when he defends himself from us calling him a liar, then we go and we say, well, why is he proving the proof? Why does he feel like he has to do that? We're supposed to be able to lie about him. Another prime example of this is Bullseye talking about me putting out Detective Club DMs, which he despises. He despises that we...
I don't. I already went over why I don't give a shit about it. I don't even know why he's harping on this. Okay, we're already in 4 or 5 shorts in, 6 shorts in. Right? He has yet to even mention and talk about anything I said in the video outside of a little nitpicks and strawmans and asking for proof. Why is this so hard? Is he this stupid? Scott, what are you again? Please tell me what you are again, because apparently you past you needs a little reality check. So we have an understanding, Scott, Let me explain to you even further. Further. None of what you said made sense. You are very limited in your vocabulary. Okay? Hey, no one lies about you. You don't really provide any proof. Not at least what we're asking for. Not what I'm asking for right now. Okay? Let's go.
DMs, which he despises. He despises that we work so well together.
Travis claims he was never working with you, right? Working so well together. What were you guys working on? Like, now this is news to me. You guys were working together.
Team. All people that Dave has threatened. Their workplace, their fucking names, all of it. He hated
Really? So, Danny MT was there too?
that. He hated that fact. And tries to use it against me, like I exposed their DMs when I was being...
Imagine missing the whole entire point. Well, then again, we already went over this. I'm not gonna go over it again. Not for this stupid fuck. I mean, like, if I have to go over it again, it just means he's not getting it, right? His frontal lobe and his neocortex isn't catching this, right? It's not able to catch this. Like, he's so stupid that everything I said just went over his head. Like, he just doesn't remember. He doesn't remember at all. Wow, I thought my brain was fried. Can't even remember a fucking day.
Called a liar about Wire being Canadian Army. And then I had to prove that I'm not a liar, and that they're the liars. And yet, why do I have to prove...
I'm not asking about that. I'm not asking about this. Why is he talking about this? I didn't even ask about this. Like, you're trying to show an example of you providing a proof of something that I don't even care about. Like, this doesn't even address a point. This doesn't even do that. Okay? It doesn't address anything I say. Okay? All it is a straw man, a cheap grab. You're grasping for straws, dude. You really are. Scott, what do you call yourself again? Please just tell me, because honestly, you saying it only means that you understand, right? Good thing you understand that. Let's move on, because this video was frickin' pointless. This short was the most useless information ever, and nothing addresses nothing. Yeah, congratulations, Scott. No arguments so far. You failed. You get an F for failure. I mean, you failed life, so it's a common thing in your theme in your life anyway. I would call it a joke, but that requires skill.
I can promise you that when Bullseye sees all of these shorts, he's going to have to go to Google and ask his AI chat box, what is a cerebellum? What is a cerebral cortex? He doesn't know the parts of the human brain. And sadly...
Okay, I accidentally paused it for a second. Hold on, let's go back for a second. Cerebellum and the cerebral cortex are not the only parts of the brain, you dumb shit. Do you even know how many parts of the brain there is?
Cerebral cortex. He doesn't know the parts of the human brain. And...
I wonder where you found these words, like... Cerebellum? You mentioned it? Like, I wonder where you heard that from. And the cerebral cortex, no words you found in the vocabulary. You're like a caveman. Now you're gonna say these things as your vocabulary and repeat them like they're true, like you do everything else.
You're obsessed, you're hypocritical, you're liars, you're narrative spinners, all this shit. Stop it!
Or some shit. All you got is the same old things to say. I mean, like, nothing's original, and the only original things is two things you probably found. And assuming that, yeah, I don't know any of these things. Let's go.
It's because the dent sadly affects all of those regions of his broken brain, and he's going to...
That's not... He doesn't even know anything about the human brain. Oh my god, this is so great. That's... Okay, even if I did have a dent head, that's not how the freaking brain works. There's not only two parts of the brain. I'm not even going to explain this to you. Because, like, I shouldn't have to, although, like, it's not even the point of the video I made, but hey, it's an attempt to attack the messenger, not the message, right? So it just goes to show you that he's without any arguments. He can't prove what he's saying. He's just got to be like, make up new arguments that have nothing to do with it. And he sounds like a complete fucking retard. Oh, wait a minute. I don't need to say it. You can say it for me, Scott. Yeah, I know, Scott, I know, but we're all learning.
Brain, and he's going to have to go look up all these terms because Scott said them. Just
Where'd you hear it from him? From the internet, you fucking dimwit. Don't fucking dude, like it's like okay. What am I gonna say to this? Like it's like
You have to look it up because Scott said it.
do you know what the neocortex is? The limbic system, I know, frontal lobe, brainstem. Do you know any of these things? There's more than one term. The pon? Molecula? I can't pronounce that. Molecula? Molecuca? Can't pronounce it, but still, there's more than just what you're mentioning. Like, you're not... You don't even understand the human parts of the brain. Okay. Hey, what do we call Scott? Scott? Very good, Scott. And by the way, another part of the human brain is if Scott was actually smart to attack me and trying to say, yeah, piss more memory. I already mentioned this. The hippocampus. You could attack that, but you're too stupid to do it, aren't you?
because Scott said them, just like he did with cognitive dissonance.
You're a fucking moron. That's all I have to say. Like, you think I look things up because you say them? Your vocabulary is so fucking limited, dude.
This is a very...
By the way, what does this have to do with the video I made? What does this disprove? Are you trying to disprove me by saying I have a terrible brain and everything I say is wrong, but you look at the video? But what does this disprove, Scott? Can you tell me? Can you tell little it's bullsy what this disproves exactly? You can't, can you? Because it's just an attempt to attack me. Attack the messenger because all you got is ad homs, the illogical fallacy, because you got no arguments. And you still sound like a fucking idiot talking about the brain and you have lack of knowledge, but claim I'm getting things from you. Cognitive dissonance? No, you got that from me when I was talking about Tony. For one, talking about Tony's cognitive ability. Okay? You got that from me. Then you started saying cognitive dissonance. You don't even know what cognitive dissonance is, idiot. And even if I am looking these things up, Scott, where do you get these things from? The internet. Yes, I know you do because you spend your time on the internet. Everybody knows you do. Even so, Weed Cottage looked up what the 3 stages of alcohol and posted it to prove Dave wrong, and you did the same thing. Right? Even so, are you suggesting me doing research just to understand something is bad? Scott, this is a tell because knowing your limited vocabulary, you just repeat things over and over and over and over. This goes without saying. You got none, right? You don't even know what autism is, and I tell you all the time, just pull up an article and read. Okay, it's a simple thing to understand. But even so, like, who cares? It doesn't matter whether I'm looking something up or not. Doesn't matter if you're looking something up or not. Guess what? I have a life. I'm not worried about what you look up, but you're worried about what I look up, what I'm researching, what I'm doing. Who's really obsessed? Me or you? Let's go.
Disturbed little parrot, folks, who cannot think for himself, who has...
Because according to him, I'm looking something up. Even if I am, like, he sounds fucking retarded. He probably never really looked anything up what he was talking about. And he got defamation from me, by the way. He got that from me. He looked that up and he still doesn't understand. He recorded himself looking it up and he still has no understanding what defamation is. No understanding at all. He still uses it wrong to this day. He's a freaking idiot. But here he is trying to say, I'm a problem. I can't speak for myself. Because of an accusation, I had to look something up. Yeah, and that's supposed to prove me wrong in my entire video, Scott? Can you answer me that? Scott, what do you call yourself? Like, tell me again what you call yourself. We know, Scott, you did good job on, calling yourself it. We know you are. But we're all here for you, man. We're gonna cure that mental retardation in no time.
Who has absolutely no fucking memory and shouldn't be allowed on the internet because clearly, at the age of 18, he got lost getting off a bus to go home.
Can't even get your information right. Yeah, that goes to show you he just kind of gets it from other people, but doesn't even look up to even understand the, context. Like, it goes to show you. I mean, like, by the way, who's William is lost the tubes again? Like, what is this? Who's William? Aren't you talking about Bullseye? Why are you talking about William? But anyway, I didn't get off the wrong bus. I didn't get on the wrong bus. I was left at a track meet. Like, if you're gonna talk about something, get your information right, you fucking retard. Actually, no, I don't need to call you retard. You have that form. Thank you, Scott. By the way, saying I need to get off the internet, even though, you spend most of your time on the internet, more time than anybody else combined, yeah. I don't think you should be telling anybody that. And again, what does this address, Scott? What does this exactly address about what I said in the video? Nothing.
Oh my. William, you fucking dumbass, bro.
Now he's talking about William. Like, now he just went at William for no reason. Like, what did William do to you, Scott? He's just good at attacking, like, me, then he attacks William for no reason. Like, he's all over the place. Like, pick a lane, my guy. Pick a lane. Let's move on. Here we go. Last one.
You want to know what's great about the sentient dent? The fact that he is trying to be the arbiter of morality. And Tony.
Oh, hold on. Exposed. He's actually, he doesn't even know what sentient means, but he's using it wrong again. Like, using that wrong. So, like, he doesn't know what words is. But it would help to look these up, Scott, just so you know.
The fact that he is trying to be the arbiter of morality.
Says the guy who is calling himself a good person. Should we? I shouldn't even have to play the clip. When I will if I have to. Like, it's saved. It's on there. It's up there. But you can't, like, say that I'm trying to be. But...
Tony, I'm waiting for Tony and Tony's girl now.
Way to miss the fucking point. Now I do have to play the clip. Should I have to play the... I'm just gonna have to go back. Hold on. Like, this guy is good at misrepresenting stuff. Actually, we'll wait.
He is the one and the only one who went as far as to put out Tony's girlfriend's grandmother's obituary.
Didn't you look that up and found it? And it was all over Twitter. I was the last person to have it.
You forgot about that, did you, Bullseye? You thought we all forgot about it? You waited a little bit to white knight because of your own guilty conscience?
like, this is such a misrepresentation. Like, he just, like... attacking something instead of, like, he said he did it. He put out his girlfriend's work information to protect her. I'm gonna play that later. I'll play that later, and you'll make yourself... Yeah, and I shouldn't even have to replay my statement. Like, missing the point. You good as doxed her, Scott. You good as doxed Tony's girlfriend. Okay? Okay, so we got that out of the way. I shouldn't even... I'm freaking bored of this and fucking mentally drained because You know, his, what do we call it, Scott? They're very good, Scott. Like, I'm sorry, because, like, at this point, like, he didn't even refute me on anything he said. Anything he said. It's pointing the finger at me this time, saying, you did this. Okay. Listen. You were trying to claim you were trying to protect Tony's girlfriend by putting out her work information, claiming it's public, and also protecting yourself. That was your frickin' logic, okay? You are now trying to, paint me as this doxer. For one, Tony has talked about it. You went out and found it. It was all over Twitter. I was the last person to have it, and all the information on that obituary is public information. The obituary itself is public information. Okay? And it doesn't dox anybody. The only address it shows is a funeral home. What? They're gonna the SWAT team's gonna go to the ground and be like, get out of the ground! Or some shit. Is that what you're thinking? It's not a dox. But even so, if you were to call it a dox, you had it first. And it got to everybody. So, don't throw that at me.
But you waited a little bit to white knight because of your own guilty conscience? Yeah, I thought.
Way to frickin' used a two-way fallacy, trying to shift the burden on me. Well, you did this! Yeah, you're failing to address the point, Okay, first things first. And it even... So it kind of just shows you that I'm right on everything I say. Everything I said.
You're a fucking weirdo, bro. A straight weirdo.
Posing the grandmother obituary doxer begging for Dave's attention with the autistic bat symbol.
Yeah. Congratulations, Scott. You proved absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Thank you for this abomination of waste of time, but making yourself look more, or what do you call yourself, Scott McKinnon? Nothing to say here. Nothing to say. Let's play.
And you know that Bullsy's only doing this in hopes that he can trigger a response from Dave Rose, so he has 7 hours to listen to.
So I reviewed Use to trigger a response from Dave Rose. Your logic is fucking retarded. Like, at this point, you're just making yourself sound stupid. You sound stupid. I think the point is across. You can't prove anything. You can't refute anything. You can't come up with a coherent thought. You're just repeating yourself, and you're attacking the messenger. Okay? Okay? I shouldn't even have to explain this to you. I think you know already how stupid you sound.
And call in and obsess with Scott some more. That's a...
He thinks I'm obsessed with him. But he's obsessed with everybody else that says anything about him.
Exactly why Bullsy's doing it, because he has no life and he's obsessed with me. It's very, very transparent.
Yeah, because you know so much about me, Scott. So much about me. He's doing it because of this, that, and the other, with no actual correlations. False correlations here. They're not... they don't line up. It doesn't make sense. What do you call yourself, Scott? Like, one more time for the road before I leave.